your boy Trucker Will. We're trucking it like always, trying to make this money, trying to make this dough. So in this video, we are going to talk about the second part of how to be successful as a lease operator at Prime Inc. This is the second part of it, guys, so I hope you turned into the first part of it. In this video, we are going to talk about the things that other YouTubers may not talk about that work over here at Prime. We're going to talk about it next on Trucking. What is going on, you and the tube? This your boy Trucker Will. We're trucking it like always, trying to make this money, trying to make this dough. But before we get into it, remember to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that bell below so you know when I come out with new videos on my blog top journey, as well as smash the thumbs up button so it can stimulate the YouTube algorithm to help other drivers get on the road to get to the next load to get paid, so we can all be successful out here, right? So in this part of this video, guys, this is number 2. We're going to talk about some of the things that you may not hear in some of the other trucking drivers or YouTubers' videos. And the biggest thing that you may not hear is the downside of being a lease operator at Prime Inc. The downside of it, guys, is that we do get charged for everything. And the prices of things have kind of gone up a little bit. So we do have to kind of supplement ourselves and trying to, be strategic on what we're going to pay for, when we're going to pay for it, and how we can decide when we want to put our trucks in the shop. But remember, maintenance is the key to you making money over here at Prime Inc. as a lease operator. So another couple of things that you may not realize is that we do drive super singles. If you didn't know, now you know. We do rock super singles. Now, those super singles cost you probably about $1,200. So you do have a tire fund over here at Prime that helps you mitigate that expense of a tire needing to be done if you catch your nails, if you catch a flat on the road, things of that nature. But that can be a task every now and again, as well as fuel. Now, we do 65 miles an hour. People do complain and whine over the CB and say that, oh, I wish our trucks could go faster. Yeah, everybody wishes our trucks could go faster, but hey, it's not going to happen. The positive part about that trucks going 65 is it does conserve on fuel. Now, being successful over here at Prime, there's a few things that you need to know about when you are fueling. You use your macro 27 that gives you the best fuel stop within the Prime network on your route. Now, it's not always going to be 100% accurate, but it's going to get you as close as you possibly can. Now, biggest thing that people that I hear about drivers are saying that they're not making any money, I would ask them, hey, what was your fuel tank at the end of the week on Wednesday? So if you put all your fuel in, if you fueled on a Tuesday and your load drops on Wednesday and you filled your tank up and that load doesn't require a full tank of fuel, why did you put a majority of your profit in your fuel, in your tank? Why did you do that? You got to be strategic. So easiest way to figure out how much fuel you need to put in your tank, take how many miles your truck gets to the gallon, divide that by how many miles the load is, and that's how many gallons it's going to tell you need to put in your truck. Once you decide to do that, and you do that, then you can gauge it. And anybody that has a truck, you're going to understand what your truck needs and how it runs and its fuel consumption. You're going to understand it by day by day, month by month, week by week. You're going to figure out where your sweet spot is and how many miles you can get to a full tank of fuel. Yeah, tongue twister. So if you know that, at the end of the week, you should be at your ding light should be coming on. Ding should be coming on, so that way you maximize your fuel that you have in your tank. So on Wednesday, you can be zeroed out on fuel, mainly leave enough so you can get to the fuel stop. But you should be zeroed out, so all that profit that you have for the week would be on your check, not in your tank. Be careful of that. You guys, if you guys have decided you guys want to come out here and get on the blacktop or try to get into a lease purchase or a lease over here at Prime, make sure you do that. Secondly, guys, or thirdly, or whatever number I'm on, you got to make sure that you do what others won't. So what I mean by do what others won't, there's only a few places that you cannot deliver early. Few. Walmart and Aldi's. All the other places, appointment time. I was always taught, if you're early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you are late. So what is going to hurt for you to go to the shipper, or the receiver, the shipper, whichever one, to see if you can get loaded early? The worst thing that they can do is tell you no, right? The worst thing they can tell you is no. So make a point to go to your shipper or go to your receiver early to see if you can get that load unloaded early, because that puts you on the board early so that you can get down the road to get your next load and get paid. Thirdly, fourthly, make sure that you clean these trailers out. Make sure you fill them up. Make sure if it's broke, fix it. Make sure. Yes, it's going to be a little time, but get with your road assist advisor, get with your fleet manager, and maybe they'll compensate you. Most of the time, they'll compensate you for having to go get something fixed. Because if you fix it, that means when you drop it, the next driver doesn't have to take his time to go get it fixed. Karma, right? Karma. You want to do what others won't, because it eventually will pay off for you. They notice that stuff. They take note of the stuff that you do that others won't. So, those are things that you might want to do. Everybody's so much selfish about their own stuff, and they drop stuff that's dirty, they drop stuff that's broken, they drop stuff that doesn't have reefer fuel in it, mud flaps gone, tires messed up. Take the time out, go get it fixed. Yes, it may hamper your time and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's going to be beneficial to you, and that's good karma that comes back to you. So remember that. I always take the time out to look at the trailer. If the trailer needs to get fixed, I'll go get it fixed. I don't like doing it because it takes time away from me. But there's never been a time where I haven't been reimbursed for my time for having to go get one of the trailers fixed, because I got to haul that trailer to get down the road to get to the next load to get paid, right? So if you take the time to do it for others, you will then get compensated later on down the road, and it may be in the term of a really good load that you might get in the process. So make sure you take the time. Make sure your trailer's together, and if it needs to get fixed, get it fixed. Talk to your fleet manager, talk to road assist, and they'll reimburse you for that. If it takes all day, hey, it takes all day, but they're going to reimburse you for it. They can reschedule, and it's not on you. Make sure you fill the reefers up. Make sure that if you're outside of being a company driver, if you're a lease operator over here at Prime, make sure you drop them trailers off clean and full of fuel, so that you don't have to backcharge it, you have to take time to go get the reefer full, all of that stuff. Make sure you do those things, because it will benefit you in the long run. Trust me. And if your tire needs to get the tire fixed, keep your equipment top notch so you can get down the road to get to the next load to get paid. Those are some little tidbits of things that you have to do. Now, the next thing is making sure of your route, right? So we're coming into the winter time. I don't know any driver that just uses the Qualcomm, right? They have a GPS, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. But if you're trying to be successful and you want to make the most amount of money, you need to know what the weather is looking like on your route, on your load, where it's taking you, what the weather looks like 2 or 3 or 4 days. Your dispatcher is not going to do that for you. You need to. So make sure you know where you're going, what the weather's looking like, so you can communicate with your dispatcher and tell them what the weather's looking like. And hey, I don't know if I want to go there, or hey, can we reschedule, or hey, I need to just shut down because the weather is too bad. There is not a dispatcher here at Prime that's going to force you to run a load into bad weather. If you see the bad weather, you can tell him, and then he'll look at him and be like, oh, and then he can communicate it to other drivers that are rolling. It's just part of being a part of the team. Nobody's going to be out here looking out for you. You got to look out for yourself. It's a bubble. It's a foundation, but you're still the captain of the ship. Fifthly, your chains, right? Now, I don't run chains. I run socks, whatever tire socks, right? I paid some money for them. You get about 1 or 2 uses, right? Your chain should be rusty as hell, because your chains are meant to get you out of a position. What I mean out is if you're stuck. Otherwise, your chain should always be in it, because it's not meant to get you down the road to get your next load to get paid. It is meant for you, if you are stuck, to get out of being stuck and then throw them shits back. Otherwise, your chain should be nasty and grimy because you never use them. Trustably, never use them. I don't use mine. I have them, but I never use them, because your chains are not meant to get you to your receiver. They're meant to just get you out of a stuck situation if you're stuck. So, understand that, guys. This is part 2. I'll have some more gems and things to help you in part 3, where we will close it out. Remember to be blessed, less stress, keep the left door closed, that right foot down, only when it's safe. And like always, guys, I'll see you on the blacktop. Safe trucking. Later.